Yo, what's up, guys? Let's go ahead and get right into it. You guys seem to really enjoy these reaction videos, so I'm just going to go ahead and keep giving it to you guys, and I have the perfect content to react to and talk my stuff about. So Spencercornelia, aka the fake grifter slayer, one of the fakest guys in YouTube finance, went on another fake guru's podcast, and his name is Andrei Jikh. Most of you guys know him. By the way, Spencer and Andrei Jikh are actually friends, so obviously this isn't going to be one of those heated, entertaining podcasts that we all love. It's going to be one of those buddy laughing and giggling. Oh, I love you so much, brother. It's going to be one of those, right? So I'm actually going to go ahead and react to it. I've almost never watched this podcast. I mean, if you want the God honest truth, I think this podcast is hot garbage. I mean, I've seen a few episodes. Like I saw the Meet Kevin one, and I think he had like Jeremy on, and it's just a weird concept. Andrei Jikh has this weird thing where I guess he's got like, he's got like people sitting in a sauna. It's just a bunch of weird, sweaty dudes talking about nothing. It's crazy. But let's go ahead and react to this. Here we go.
Sir, it's gonna feel like over 500 degrees on your body.
I love
Can
it.
you make it to the end?
We'll find out.
We'll find out. You see, people think that Spencer's supposed to be roasting me, but I am in fact roasting him.
We'll see what you got.
Because we're in the sauna.
Okay, that they already started off bad. That's lame. Oh, Spencer's supposed to be roasting me, but I'm gonna roast him. You guys are buddies and friends. Nobody's gonna roast anybody. It's just gonna be a bunch of, I mean, for crying out loud, look at this video that I have it paused at right now. It's whoever that girl is and Andrei Jikh looking goofy, just laughing. We're gonna grill each other, guys. Like, it's one of those. It's like, bro, this whole softball, lame, non-entertaining podcast. It's probably gonna be tough reacting to this, but I'm gonna do my best, y'all. I'm gonna have to bring the entertainment because Lord knows we're not gonna get it from this podcast. That's why it only has 6,000 subscribers and Andrei Jikh has 2 million. It's let's go ahead.
Yeah.
That's cute. Well, speaking of, I didn't even ask you, Spencer, for people who don't know what it is you do, could you kind of explain?
I'm a YouTuber. I like to talk about unethical business practice.
Oh, this is so dumb. Bro, everybody knows who Spencer is. What do you mean? Listen, man, let me teach Andrei Jikh how to run a podcast like this, okay? This is how you run it. You don't come out and say, you don't come out with boring topics like, oh, tell everybody what you're doing. Bro, you have his name in the title. Most of the people clicking on the video, you don't even have any fans yet. You only got 6K subscribers. Like, you don't even get many views on your video. Like, bruh. The reason why people are clicking on your video, Andrei, is because they know who Spencer is. So instead of starting it off, why don't you tell everybody what you do? You start that joint off. How you feel about the fact that you've been getting hate and destroyed in your comments because you made a video defending us? How does that make you feel, considering the fact that we are friends and we hang out and we all live in Las Vegas? That's how you got to start a podcast. That's how you get the views. This is the entertainment business, baby. What the heck is this? Spencer, what do you do for a living? You know what he does for a living. We all know what he does for a living. That's why we're watching the video. Just some critique.
And predominantly fake gurus, people who are committing fraud and doing what I deem to be unethical. In some ways, people are doing things that aren't illegal, however, quasi-moral or unethical. And I like making videos about it. Opening discussion and starting drama.
Let's talk about that, actually.
Yes, let's dive into that a bit. So your YouTube channel, you started in January 2015.
You got it.
And then you also are a real estate investor.
I am.
And
Who the heck is this? Who is that, bro? They can do this podcast even better without her. She just gives me a weird vibe. She's too happy and nice. She's all like, well, let's go ahead and get right into it. Namaste. I just got through doing yoga. How are you, Spencer? Let's go ahead and talk about the deep intricacies of what goes on through your mind when you're depressed. Like, what is this? Who is she? Matter of fact, hold on, bro. I bet you she's in the description. I bet you. Who is? Yep, she is. She is. Here, hold on. Who is this? Her name is Jen. Oh my God. It says Instagram.com/Jen Kramer Magic. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is her YouTube. Hold on. We finna go to that. Oh my God. This is one of Andrei Jikh's little weird mythical magic David Blaine buddies. Why is she on the podcast? And she only has 2,000 subscribers. What is that? This got to be Andrei Jikh's girlfriend. This has to be. Why else is she on the podcast? Spencercornelia has almost 500,000 subscribers. Andrei Jikh has 2 million subscribers. I can understand if this woman was involved in finance and she just happened to have a small following, but at least she's involved in finance and people know her. You got a freaking magician on the podcast, a woman magician who's boring and freaking acts like a yoga instructor when she's interviewing. Well, how are you, Spencer? With the fake smile. Don't her smile look forced? Hold on, let's go back to the video. This is insane that Andrei Jikh got this girl on here. Like, who is this? Like, what the heck? It's stuff like this that makes me mad because it's like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the concept is terrible. But Andrei Jikh is obviously a big creator. He could probably have a second channel and do very well on his own, but he had to ruin it by doing this weird sauna sweaty boy thing and then getting some weirdo magician with 2K subscribers on the channel. Who is that? Okay, back to it.
So one of your early videos was about a fourplex that you bought in Las Vegas.
I did.
It was seller financed. You filmed a video about this, which was your first video that really...
Bro, her smile is so fake. She reminds me of that Erica Kohlberg girl. Remember the Erica Kohlberg I was exposing with the Creators Agency, the Boss Creators Agency? Remember that, guys? She really reminds me of her. It's like the smile's forced. It's too fake. It's too fake. She's too nice. Nobody's that pure and nice. She comes off as if she's just the nicest, greatest human being ever. Like, I don't like it. It rubs me the wrong way. I really don't. That's just the kind of the way I'm looking at it. But yeah, she really got this whole little spirituality vibe behind her. That's just, I don't know. I don't think it really fits this. She need to be on like one of them little, she need to be on like Joe Rogan or something, or like, I don't know, one of them like weird spirit science podcasts or something. She need to be on a, this does not fit her. It's weird.
Took off. Your channel has grown to, you're now close to 500,000 subscribers
Almost
on
there.
YouTube.
Almost
So
there.
Can you tell us a bit about that journey of
Sure.
growing on YouTube?
The fourplex video was the most important in my life. No matter whatever happens to me, it's the most important because to that point, I didn't have a belief in myself that I would ever make it. At that point, I was doing videos and getting 100 views a video. I was doing smaller niche videos about computer programming and just what I had.
Okay, we're in the first 2 minutes of this, and I am bored out of my mind. I'm literally about to fall asleep. Like, this is horrible. Like, you know what we learned? Some people can make good content, but are not entertaining themselves. And I think that's what Spencer is. I think Spencer is able to put the editing together, make good content when he's reading a script and sticking to a point, because he's definitely reading a script in his videos. You got some people who can do that, and then you have others who are just pure entertainment. They can go on any podcast anywhere and be entertaining. And so my prediction personally is I don't think this video is going to get a whole lot of views. That's just me. Yeah, I don't think it's going to get very many views because Spencer's just not fun to listen to on a podcast. It's honestly boring. It's not very insightful in my opinion. And it's just, to me, it's like, this is a completely different person than the person that we see in the videos, right? Does that make sense? And that honestly reminds me of when I actually spoke on the phone with Spencer. Most of you guys know I had a phone conversation with him via Instagram. And when I was talking with him, I'm like, you know, this guy's actually cool. He is. But I'm like, man, this guy is just a lot different than he is on YouTube. I don't know what it is. And I'm kind of getting that same vibe in this podcast. I don't know if it's like the scriptedness of his videos or what it is, but it just really goes to show that, like, you know, anybody can make it. That's what it goes to show. This is a good inspiration for anybody, that you can be boring as hell in real life, but you can still make good content if you script it right, you edit it properly, and you focus on certain content. Because I can tell you right now, this is just boring. I'd rather just go outside and just look at dirt all day and just sit there. Like, this is bad. Jesus.
Going on in my life. And I thought I wasn't charismatic enough. I thought I wasn't good looking enough. I thought I wasn't.
You're not charismatic enough, and you're not good looking enough. Okay, I'm just joking, y'all. I'm just joking. I mean, he's not charismatic, though. I'm not gonna lie. He's not.
Whatever enough. And the first video to get any views was the fourplex video. And it was about 4 or 5 months after I released it. And I thought it was a cool story. It was 19 minutes long of nothing but just a fascinating story. But all these things I overcame to buy this fourplex in Las Vegas. 4 months go by, and all of a sudden it takes off. I wake up and it's just like, wait, I have how many views? 1,000 views, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, all in a month. And when you have nothing, that's significant.
Once again, they're boring, so I have to make this entertaining. I have to at least try, because this is really boring. So here's what you got, folks. We're going to break this whole thing down. It's unfortunate that Spencer actually got on this podcast. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I did watch at least a decent amount of it. I don't have time to watch the entire, an hour? Yeah, an hour. I didn't have time to watch the entire hour. But I skimmed through it, and I was specifically looking for a specific part. I wanted to see if him and Andrei were going to talk about two things. One, the controversy behind Spencer getting called out by his own followers and losing a bunch of subscribers and different things like that because he defended Andrei Jikh and his friends, which, believe it or not, as maybe I missed it, but from me skimming it, I didn't see it. If somebody wants to show me a timestamp or something where they may have talked about it, let me know. But from what I skimmed through, I didn't see it. It doesn't look like they talked about that at all, which was extremely disappointing. And then the other part is they refused to address the fact that Spencercornelia's channel was literally dying. I mean, for crying out loud, just want to make sure this thing's still recording. Okay, it is. Let me go ahead and go to Andrei Jikh. No, I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and go to Spencer. His channel's still dying, guys. Like, it's just crazy that they didn't talk about that at all. It's like, I guess you don't have to be mean about it, but I think Andrei could just say, you know, how do you deal with the fact that your channel might be on the decline or whatever, something like that. I don't know. But like I said, just looking at his channel, it's still on a massive decline. If we scroll back like way, like the beginning of the year, I'd say, like, yeah, look at this. Look how many views he was getting. Like, his channel is really on the decline compared to what he was doing just 10 months ago. Like, every video got 6-figure views, and now he can't even get past like 70K. I mean, my goodness, dude, it's crazy. So I just want to give you guys that because I just thought that they dropped the ball on this interview. Like I said, I watched a decent amount of it. They really didn't talk about anything except for like YouTube, but they didn't talk about like the juicy parts of YouTube. And that was weird to me because it's like, Spencer, you literally run a drama channel where you call out scams. Like, Spencer didn't even talk about the fact that he's getting sued by some guy named, like, I think his name's like Derek Moneyberg or something. Spencer didn't talk about the controversy regarding his friends, how the conversation went between him and CoffeeZilla. And this is what makes me think maybe I need to start a podcast, because if I start a podcast, it's going to be juicy, drama-filled, and you best believe it's going to be entertaining. Like, give me a fancy studio like that with the mics and all that fancy equipment they got, boy, we're going to get 1 million subs in a year. I'm telling you, it's going to be entertaining. But yeah, I'm just looking at it from a viewer's perspective. Like, Andrei, ask him about how did the conversation go between him and CoffeeZilla? Did they talk in private? What did they say during the time when Spencer publicly said that he disagreed with CoffeeZilla and he was taking the side of his friends? Talk about the channel decline. Talk about the fact that you are being sued by another fake guru you called out named Derek Moneyberg. That guy is suing Spencer for, like, I don't know how much money, but Spencer apparently has spent like 6 figures fighting the case, and Spencer is still fighting the case. He's still being sued by this guy. He is still going through the process of fighting this case, which shows me right there, man, lawsuits are no joke. But it just, you know, I just feel like they dropped the ball with that. It's like, dude, talk about something interesting. Like look at these timestamps, guys. Like, these timestamps are awful. Let's just look at the timestamps. Look at this. I'm sure you guys can see this. What does Spencer do? Who cares? Spencer's growth on YouTube. Who cares? The concept of pickup. What does that even mean? What has Spencer learned from the pickup community? What? Squeaky time? What? Spencer's real estate investments. Boring. Nobody cares. Spencer's first fake guru video that took off. Okay, that one's decent. That might be a little decent. We might want to watch that one. But overall, you know, you see this creator toolbox. Level 5, level 4. Like, what? You know, different sources of revenue for creators, balance a lot. Like, I don't know. As a matter of fact, let's go to that timestamp because this really is boring. Let's go to different sources of revenue for creators. Let's see what Spencer says during that. Here we go.
Guys, from the start, and I think affiliate is the natural play.
It's interesting thinking about the different sources of revenue as a creator in this creator economy, because take you as an example. Q4 of last year, you were making, was it 40 to 60,000 a month from AdSense alone, not counting any.
Oh, now this is good content. They should have started out the gate with this. This is good. This is really good. Way better than all that other boring crap.
Other source of monetization, not counting, you know, any sort of sponsorship, affiliate. And you were doing 3 videos a week at that point to reach that level of AdSense. But you've said that made you feel burnt out, and that now you're focusing more on sponsorships, on affiliates. You got equity in a friend's company and can promote that. Having those different ways to monetize also might allow you to have more balance and not get burned out. Is that your thinking with why you want to
I don't
do
understand balance. That's not a skill of mine. When I want to get good at something, that's all that matters in my life. And so I've pretty much been on the YouTube train for a while, and this is all that matters to me. It is all I care about. I want to become a massive creator, and I am trying to figure out balance a little more to enjoy life. I feel like I've done a good job over the last 6 months of doing this. I've hired an editing team, which I think will help, but I just, every day I wake up, I'm like, what do I really...
Now that's a bombshell. That's good. That is a bombshell. So Spencercornelia has hired an editing team because he's realizing that his content is dying. His channel is literally dying. It's not growing that much anymore. He lost subscribers. He's not getting the same amount of views he was getting before. And that's interesting because he hired, and I had a feeling he hired an editing team, but it's interesting because he hired an editing team and his videos still aren't doing well. His videos were doing way better before with him editing than his editing team. And that just really goes to show you, when you ruin your own credibility, people will still subscribe and they'll just not watch your content. Like I said, I'll bring up the example of what happened to that London Real guy. He still has 2 million subscribers and he can't even get 5,000 views for a video. That's the path Spencer is heading. That's what happens when you ruin your reputation. It really rubs people the wrong way. And you got to remember, there's a bunch of people on YouTube with great content, so they don't have to watch your content. There's so many other incredible creators and great choices. So it's just crazy understanding the dynamic of how much Spencer messed his own career up by sticking up for his scummy friends who probably don't even care about him. I told you guys, Spencercornelia is the orphan of the finance community. He doesn't really have a crew or a clique that he belongs to, right? Like, I mean, I guess technically Meet Kevin kind of is now, but, Meet Kevin had his crew. He was up there with the big boys, you know what I mean? Obviously, Tom Nash has his own crew. You got Tom Nash and the Mitt, and there's another big, and Sasha Yanchin and all that. That's their little crew. You got my crew, me, Strongman Personal Finance, Fabio Capital Mindset, and Cole. You got our crew. You got different crews in finance. Spencer doesn't really have one. Obviously, CoffeeZilla is a lone wolf, but he doesn't need to be a part of a clique because he's not interested in being friends with anybody, which I understand. I respect him. But for me, Spencercornelia really is the orphan of the finance industry. Like, when I just look at this guy, it really looks like this guy's been mostly a loner all his life, and he really wants somewhere to belong. And there's nothing wrong with being a loner. Like, I'm kind of a loner too. Like, I mean, I got my friends and stuff, but I mean, it's okay. But he just feels like he wants a sense of belonging, like he wants to be accepted by somebody. That's what it feels like to me. And so when I just look at him, it's like, I don't think that Meet Kevin and Andrei, jikh, and any of them are really his friends. That's just my opinion. I think this YouTube game is just like the hip hop rap industry. I think it's fake. This is what I honestly think about the YouTube community, guys. And I'm starting to find this out as my channel's starting to get a little bit bigger. Obviously, I'm a nobody. I'm not bragging, but my channel's growing a little bit more. People are starting to know who I am now. And, I'm noticing that a lot more bigger creators are reaching out to me. And I think the way it works is the industry really is fake. I think it's just like the hip hop industry, because the way the hip hop industry works is everybody's rocking with you when you're popping and you're popular and you got songs that are going viral and getting a lot of plays on Spotify and stuff. But the minute your career just goes down or just kind of fades, people stop rocking with you. Like, people really are bandwagon fans. Like, people in the industry, and I would even attribute this to the YouTube industry. It's literally just like hip hop. People, if they see you on the rise and you're coming up, they're going to start embracing you. Now, I'm going to, again, attribute this to the hip hop industry. I know some of you guys who watch my content don't know hip hop, but I'm going to try and explain it the best way that I can. If you look at somebody like an Ice Spice in hip hop, she's the hot new female artist, and other people started to pick up on that. So now you got Cardi B hitting her up, and you got all these other big female rappers, Nicki Minaj, stuff like that. You got Drake, who followed her and has been affiliated with her. You know what I mean? Like, people really jump on the bandwagon, and it's the same thing that I'm kind of noticing happening to me. My channel obviously isn't exploding yet, but I think the algorithm is starting to show my video out to more people, and I think bigger creators are looking at that and like, this guy might actually get big. Let me go ahead and reach out now while he's starting to get a little hot. That's really how this whole thing goes. And so I think what happened with Spencer was Spencer started getting hot, and these YouTubers noticed that he was going after scammers. So they all reached out to him and they tried to befriend him. And I think the same thing kind of happened with CoffeeZilla, because if you look at CoffeeZilla, he has a video with Tom Nash. He did a collab with Tom Nash. Now, shout out to CoffeeZilla, because he eventually came out and called out Tom Nash for the whole FTX thing, which I respect. But my bottom line is, the YouTube industry is fake. That's why I don't really see myself having very many friends in the YouTube space. Obviously, you got to have people in your corner. You can't just be a complete loner. You got to have friends in every industry. That's how it goes. And I will. I got a small group of people that I rock with, and it'll probably grow a little bit. But overall, you got to be careful who you affiliate yourself with. And I think Spencer made the big mistake of, he probably grew really fast, and then all of a sudden he didn't know what to do, and he wanted to belong somewhere, so he decided to choose the Meet Kevin camp. I don't know. It's crazy. But I just wanted to break down that dynamic, because that's really what I think the YouTube game is. I think it's really fake. And I think the moment Spencer starts to fall off and just fade in terms of relevance, I think his friends are going to disappear and stop answering his texts, stop rocking with him, all those different things. I think they're only with him based on the fact that he's doing well on YouTube, or at least he was. That's really what I believe. That's my personal opinion. Okay, let's go.
I want to be big on YouTube. That's all I care about.
Yeah, and when you were doing 3 videos a week, you saw that the algorithm was really loving that. And at what point did you go, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm going to cut back from 3 a week?
When I was driving home from the LA video with Mr. Organic, the guy I confronted about the crypto coin, I was so exhausted, because I've just had such a challenge to get to that point, and I was doing 3 videos a week and just hustling, like exhausted. Plus I do the real estate. I had some really challenging moments as a landlord. Essentially, I had a house catch on fire from a tenant. I mean, I had so many crazy stories. I was managing all of that.
All right, well, anyway, guys, that'll go ahead and conclude today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that reaction. And yeah, that's my whole spiel on Spencercornelia and this whole situation. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next one.